Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television live from Lagos. Well, here are some of the pictures you sent in. First is this picture of a makeshift bridge in Eza North local government area of Ebonyi State. Our eyewitness reporter, who says this is the only link between the people of Azumko Moro community and other parts of the state, pleads with the concerned authorities to help build a more befitting and safe bridge to end the hardship residents face. Next is this picture of another bridge along Sokoto-Gusau Road, which our eyewitness reporter says has gone weak. Our reporter is asking the government to begin repairs immediately. This picture is from Jiwa area in Abuja, showing a broken electricity pole. Our eyewitness reporter says this must be taken care of immediately to avoid a disaster. Next is this unbelievable but true picture of an overloaded vehicle around the Ogun area of Lagos State. Our eyewitness reporter wonders how this car was able to move on the road without being noticed by concerned authorities and says this trend must be checked. Finally is what some have called a miracle. It's the picture of the dried Ogun River at the popular Kara cattle market. Our eyewitness reporter is very eager to find out what exactly caused this strange scene. We'd like to thank all our eyewitness reporters for sending in the pictures and ask you to keep them coming. Well, just as you heard from one of our eyewitness reporters, a part of the Ogun River under the Kara Bridge has suddenly gone dry. Unidentified green plants were seen on the surface of the river, while on the other side of the bridge, water continues to flow.
The Kara Cattle Market, a community under the bridge along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, has become a mecca of some sort. Traffic inbound Lagos has slowed down, and road safety officials are seen trying to make light the gridlock. Onlookers have been trooping in to see the dried section of the river, which once provided water for the Kara Cattle and Ram Market.
This one is wonderful. This one is wonderful. I don't know what to say against it because I'm confused. Because everybody know here very well. As you can see, everybody know where very well. But what is surprised me now, look at the people, the way they are going there. It's very dangerous.
The water body also once served as a means of transportation for canoe owners, but residents say they woke up Saturday morning to see the channel blocked.
In fact, we said this is a miracle because when we got to this place this morning, we discovered that the water is not flowing anymore. We said, what is all this? Everybody coming to see that, oh, can we trek on this? But we try to see that it's trekkable, that people can walk on it. We started jumping that, oh, this thing is not going down. What is happening? We think that is only this place. Then when we go to the distance, we discover that it's everywhere that is dry. And we don't know what really caused it, but we say that this is miracle because for past 20 years that we have been walking around here, there's nothing like this. And this is rainy season. That is why everybody was so surprised. Rainy season, river can dry like this. No.
Some people are also seen testing the solidity of the grid that has taken over the waterway by walking across the river, and some find it a ready-made recreation ground. Surprisingly, on the other side of the Kara Bridge, the river is seen flowing freely. In the meantime, environmentalists have warned that residents keep off the blocked channel for the risk of it opening up unexpectedly and advised relevant authorities to find a means of clearing the plants.
Amazing. Well, joining me now to talk about this is a marine scientist and the Assistant Director, Nigerian Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research, Dr. Regina Folorunsho. Good evening to you, Doctor, and thank you so much for coming on the News at 10.
Harriet, I'm happy to be here.
Now, this is one phenomenon that has intrigued a lot of people. First of all, has this happened before?
I've never seen it happen like this before.
So, what was actually responsible, or what is responsible for what has happened? under the Kara Bridge?
Under the Kara Bridge is a lot of human activities. You will have cattle rearers, you have a lot of sheep and all that, and a lot of other human activities there. And all the domestic waste, all the waste from the cow, that's the cow dung, they are all hurled into the stream. And the stream naturally brings sediments. So sediments plus the waste will be equal to a heap in the stream. And that is a fertile ground for water hyacinth.
So how long does it have to take for this to happen? Because the residents say they woke up and suddenly saw it. So give us a progression timeline. Does it take as much as 24 hours? Does it take a whole week for something of the nature of what we saw today?
Water hyacinths are in freshwater environments, and they are flushed from the uplands to the lower lands to the ocean. But because the ocean is a marine environment, they do not thrive very well. So if the water hyacinths have thrived so well, then it means that they have been coming from upland over some time now.
To the extent that we now have the ground so solid. But do you think this could have been prevented?
Oh, yes. First of all streams, all rivers should have setback lines. Setback lines means that beyond a particular limit, you can't go. You don't have to go near the river. You don't have to go and dump any refuse in the stream. So if we have these setback lines and they are reinforced, maybe using barbed wires or that, nobody will be able to go and dump refuse in the stream.
So this isn't a likely case of climate change. It's more ecological and man-made.
More ecological and man-made. But we are in the era of climate change. Climate change is going to enhance the hazards that is going to result from this phenomenon.
So what can actually be done to reduce or even prevent those hazards?
First of all, that river channel should be dredged. Everything should be removed from that river channel to allow the free flow of water, because naturally water is to flow through that channel. So if something is going to block that channel, we are in the rainy season. And this is the peak of the rainy season. The rains are going to come intensified. 3 days or 4 days ago, there was so much rain, more than 200 meters of rain in a day. And the whole of Lekki and Victoria Island were flooded. People's homes were flooded. Their electronics were in water. Now, if there is an intense rainfall in the catchment area of this river, the whole area will be flooded. The bridges will be flooded. We have seen this before in the 70s, somewhere where the whole street was flooded. Cars could not cross. So that channel has to be dredged to allow free flow of water.
Now, when we watched that report, you noticed that there was a lot of activity on that sodden dry land. Now, is it safe for people to be there? What's your message to the residents and even those who are curious enough to want to know or see this place?
It is not safe to be in the stream, because streams are not for human beings to be. It's for water to flow.
But then they will argue with you that it's not a stream. They're seeing a land.
It's land because they have blocked it with their refuse and other domestic waste. However, water is coming from upland. It's going to have to pass through that stream channel to the ocean. So one day they will wake up and the whole place will be flooded, because normally when there is intense rainfall, after the rainy season, between 2-3 months, the streams are also flooded. So there is going to be flood. So, and already the river channel is high enough, so we should expect overflow of water in that channel.
Now, looking at that, that video, it looks like, let's if that land is here to stay. Do you think it's here to stay? Or something can be done? You've talked about dredging of the river. Yeah. What else, apart from dredging of the river, in the very short time should be done?
In the very short time, people should be prevented from playing inside the stream, the stream channel. They should be prevented from going near that stream, because when we have an intense rainfall, within 2-3 hours, there will be flood, and people can be caught in between.
Dr. Florence, thank you so much for joining us on the News at 10.
Thank you too.
Well, preparations are in top gear for the September 10th governorship election in Edo State as political parties in the state move to present their candidates for the election. The All Progressive Congress is currently having its primary election in the state with 12 aspirants from 18 local governments jostling for the top job. A total of 2,771 delegates are present at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, Benin City, venue of the primary. However, 2,582 delegates had been accredited to vote in today's elections. So far, the election has been mostly peaceful, except for a little skirmish. The state governor, Mr. Adams Oshomole, is optimistic the party will gain victory at the polls come September 10.
I believe Edo people will not divorce my party. They will retain the All Progressive Congress so that we can sustain, what we have started. So that the task of taking Edo State to the next level is sustained and that we consolidate on the gains. Edo people will forget where we are coming from.
Governor of Edo State, Adams Oshomole. When the News at 10 returns, FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange braces for the new interbank foreign exchange market as the central bank plans to intervene with supplies. That's on Business News. Please join us again.